Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give to be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, a matter pending before this committee?
I do.
By the time BP CEO Tony Hayward appeared before Congress in mid-June, he was well under pressure, even though Hayward had been in the Gulf of Mexico region within days of the explosion on April 20th. That cost 11 lives and led to the sinking of the Deepwater Horizon oil rig and America's worst oil spill disaster.
It's clearly been a tragic accident, and I feel great grief and sorrow.
At first, BP's strategy was to say while it would pay for the cleanup, other companies were also responsible for the well. But the White House and lawmakers zeroed in, especially on Hayward, saying BP was not doing enough.
Make no mistake, we will fight this spill with everything we've got for as long as it takes. We will make BP pay for the damage their company has caused. And we will do whatever is necessary to help the Gulf Coast and its people recover from this tragedy.
The 28-year BP veteran, in the top job for only 3 years, insisted BP was doing all it could to cap the well and minimize damage. But he was also criticized for some of his statements.
There's no one who wants this thing over more than I do. I'd like my life back.
Hayward also said the spill was tiny compared to the entire Gulf region. This all greatly increased the pressure on Hayward, the White House, and Congress. Hayward and BP's chairman, Carl Hendrik Svenberg, only in the job for 6 months, were off to Washington. They agreed to a $20 billion compensation fund for any economic losses in the region. BP also told shareholders there would be no dividends this year as the cleanup costs topped $3 billion. Lawmakers insisted Hayward explain his company's handling of the disaster at a June 17th hearing.
Since I became CEO, we have made a lot of progress.
Changes, but now we see this disaster in the Gulf. Does that indicate that you didn't keep that commitment?
And one of the reasons that I am so distraught.
Could you answer yes or no?
Is that
I don't want to know whether you're distraught. I want to know whether you think you've kept your commitment.
Within days, Hayward handed over control of the spill response to Bob Dudley, an American-born veteran of BP. Tony Hayward met with major investors and stakeholders around Europe and the Middle East, shoring up support and reportedly offering to sell assets. BP has agreed to sell around $7 billion worth of assets. That'll put a little more in the kitty for Mr. Hayward's successor to deal with the economic mess and the spill. But analysts say it won't nearly be enough to deal with the inevitable lawsuits and fines. Jim Bolton, CNN, at BP headquarters in central London.